This video will show what actually happens in the background when working with connected tables, with partial data we have with connected tables, with set theory example, intersections versus unions, and the show all use case number 1. Welcome to the world of holistic efficient solutions. As always, this video is uncut. We start from scratch, starting slowly. So first, let's make it big and let's rename the table maybe as a base. In the configuration, we also rename that as a base, and we just add 4 simple records. We also just give the values like they have in the rank. Then maybe let's make that a tad smaller and move that down here. And let's make a new one. Let's make a odd table, and in the table we remove this field because we don't need it. We will need a reference field. We call it reference and we refer to the base, and in there to the base. And we have 2 actually, and since this is called odd, it's 1 and 3 like this. So we also put it over there, that we have that as well. Maybe not all that broad, and let's make another one. So now we make a greater or equal 3 table, and there again we don't need any regular fields. That's why we kick it out, and we make again a reference field to the base field inside there. And then again, since this is greater or equal 3, we refer to 3 and 4, and we move it over there. So now we have some connected structure that looks a bit odd, but you can always see further down how this is actually defined. And now let's, in the configuration, have a look over there, and we expand. So both have, in the base table we have the base field, which is a regular field but has 2 incoming links, one from the odd and one from the greater or equal table, both from the reference fields. And now let's take both of those reference fields, and actually in that case we don't need the rank, we just take it like this, and maybe we make it a bit smaller, move it over here so that everything is on the screen. If we click here, you will see this is the odd reference and this is the greater equal reference. So it's actually in the same order. So this is the base on the left hand side, in the middle, and the greater equal 3 thing is over there. The moment we clicked on those references, maybe you saw it collapsed, that we just have now one resulting row. And this is because of the circumstance, whenever we select one field in one expanded table over here, we always get presented the intersection of everything that is inside. So in the base we have all the 4, in the odd we have the 1 and the 3, and in the greater equal we have the 3 and the 4, and we have all 3 selected, and the intersection is all times the 3, because 3 is both odd and also greater equal 3, and of course it's in the base. If we want to have more, we could click, for example, the show all records in the greater equal 3, and now it seems like we do need the rank after all. So let's select it there as well. And now we see that the 4 shows up as well, despite that the odd table is not carrying the 4. That's why we see a gap in here. So that's what I said before. Default is that no show all is selected, meaning you will always get only the intersections, the true intersections. The moment you say you want to see nevertheless some of those elements fully, of the subtables fully, you have to click the show all over here. Same thing if we click on odd, then we will get the 1 as well. And over here there will be a gap. It doesn't make any difference if we click there for, no, it does. It does, because we have all 4 of them and lots of gaps will show up there. You can also play around with mixtures. So if we say we want to see all odd and all greater equal, then a greater or equal 3, all will show up except for the 2, because 2 is neither odd nor greater or equal 3, but we will get it here if we click the show all records there. So that's sort of set theory, because we talk about intersections or unions depending on if you click the show all records, but the default behavior is that you get only the real intersections, which is normally what you would expect, but not in all cases. It's always somewhat depending on your use case. If you don't select any of those, then it's like the greater or equal 3 table is not involved, so you just get an intersection between base and odd, yielding that result. And if you deselect that as well, then it's just like you had the base table only and the others not even expanded. It's the same thing. So that's more or less the logic with the intersection if you have multiple tables selected active in your configurator. And of course there's more to Embrace, but that'll be another story.